Kia ora, lovely water signs. We're doing Pisces. This is your reading, Cancer, and Scorpio. I nearly forgot. We're doing the elements today. So for all you water signs, this is your general reading. We've laid the cards out. They're all face down. I've got a journey map and a Kim Cran's beautiful animal spirit card face down, and then we'll go through and clarify. So let's see what's happening. And thanks for joining me. And please do share, like, and subscribe. It helps me to keep going. Let's have a look, water signs. So, wow, we're really flying out of the primordial waters of formless life, I suppose, at this point. Like, I do get that sense that new things are in the pipeline, but we're quite balanced here, water signs. We've got the Chariot coming in hard and fast, plunging out, if that's the right word, out of that primordial sea of Binah. And as movement speeds up in a really balanced manner, amazing things can come out of that. It does speak of great sort of a kind of level of internal congruency or balance that's occurring at this time. It is pretty, I don't know whether you can hear it, but it's a really wet day here, so it sort of goes along with this watery reading. The Chariot here in the central point, this is a shortened Celtic cross, is crossed by the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be, in my mind, can be a mentor of sorts. It could be about sort of hidden information, really, that's been made, that's been offered, if that makes sense. It's been offered to you. Interesting. The basis of this. Wow, yeah. Changes are afoot. We have the Two of Discs, a time of keeping that balance, actually. It's all about balance. We've got the infinity sign, the figure 8. We're balancing this. We haven't quite decided in what direction to go. The basis of this reading is this Two of Discs, which in the Thoth deck is called change. So changes are afoot. What's behind you? I think we've all been through this, water signs, actually, in the elements and all the various elements. At this current time, transformation, the death card has been popping up left, right and centre. This is in the position of what is behind you. There's a reverberation here. I think if we relate it to this sort of eclipse season, there's a reverberation of this transformation that is occurring for you. And it's occurring quite quickly. There's an assimilation, a synthesis of sorts. Current position, we have the Prince of Wands, very impulsive, experimental, not afraid to take risks. I mean, this is a great card to herald new beginnings with new information. We're using that information in a different way. We are risk-taking, water signs, which is interesting at this current time. When we go into the position of moving forward, we're looking at, what are we looking at? Well, there is a review. If you look here, we're sort of facing off here. We've got the Five of Discs. We understand melancholy, we understand loss, but we also know within this five, there are two cups here that are still full. all we do is alter our perspective on that. I think there's a directive here too. Actually focus on this new thing that you're actually giving birth to, because you are. We have and I'll tell you why in a minute, we have the Princess of Discs giving birth, very seasonal card, giving birth to something new. This is a pregnant figure in the Thoth deck, and she does hold the seasonal cycles. She holds the world here. This is a seasonal card. We're waiting for that, for those buds to burst there, but also waiting for this new thing, which water signs you are giving birth to in a process which seems to be laid out and is in motion, but we haven't seen the actual tangible physical results yet. But in fact, we are about to. Three of Discs, strong shape here, a pyramid that's wheeled, that's moving, that's utilizing resources in terms of things and people in order to bring this through in a really smooth, easy way and a great flow here. So it's pretty interesting. Now, let's just try and clarify a little bit the basis of this. What is this information here that the Hierophant has in the central point? This is big. This is quite there's a lot of information in one's own personal highways and byways here. We speak of the seas of Binah, you know. And when we do, we think of the Empress. Here we have the High Priestess. We think of her as well, because these primordial salty seas that are simply the beginnings of form. So something definitely is coming through for you here, whether you're specific about it or not, whether you can see it in all its glory or not. There is something coming through, and it is a tangible thing. It could be job, it could be anything. It could be relationship, it could be anything like that. Basis, we look at change. We look at the Two of Discs. We're just holding the balance here for a while. It's necessary, obviously. Do we need some clarification here for, well, we've got quite a lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got a lot. I think there are too many, in fact. But what we do have, again, is the Two of Discs. We have transformation again, the Two of Discs, and moving to a calmer place, even if it's psychologically in the Six of Swords. It's a big shift, and it's a shift for the better, one would say, water signs. So you're using your element to move to a calmer place. Let us see. New information will come through. This is part of the process. This is part of your guidance at this time. I think there's a lot of stuff that's coming up from the past. I think there's a lot of genetic memory or ancestral memory coming up for you over this time, if that makes sense for some of you out there. We see that in many different ways, and sometimes we don't see it. We get the Four of Cups. There's an offering, actually, there's an offering here that's occurring from the universe to you. It's quite interesting. What that offering is, a change, shift, an evolutionary leap, quite possibly water signs. Oh, God. As the night comes in, clean sweep. I always liken it to a big wind. And what we get left with is just the smell of that sort of, that smell of that leather armour, actually, with the Knight of Swords. Clarity, swiftness, a clean sweep. With that, we have victory. We probably have the biggest winning card in the deck with the Six of Wands. This is about being seen, about being appreciated, actually, but it's a winning card. It's about victory. Pretty amazing. Anyway, let's just get a brown fraud, pixie and fairy, and then just get one more, and then we've got journey map, Kim Cran's card face down. Wherever we're going, water signs, we're in good company. Friendship, support. This is what this card is all about. And Lace the Moon's Daughter coming up here as well with a counterpart. Pathway is lit. A lot of these readings over the last week or two, you know, have been really about feeling your way. And water signs, you are adept at that. But you certainly have support here. Journey map, just to see if this relates. We've got Lady of the Hearth. This is a safe place. In all of this process that you're going through, big changes, big insights, and a few more to come. You have a safe place to be and a lot of support around you. So it's a beautiful thing. There is a purification of sorts going on here as well. There always is when death comes up a couple of times at least. There's always a purification that occurs. And here, how appropriate, we have the frog. This card to me is about that membrane that allows moisture in and allows it out again. We're working within the realms of the High Priestess. We're able to venture through that veil, through that membrane, but we're also working our magic in the 3D world as well. One goes with the other, does it not? On that note, lovely water signs, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Ka kite. Bye.